Hello Virgos, and welcome to your March 2022 reading. So in this beautiful month of March, with this month we will have the spring equinox, spring, and of course Easter also. So I am joining my heart to all of these celebrations for you also. Amazing time, light is going to become more and more. So with this in mind, I meditated on your energies, Virgo, and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out is the Lovers and the Chariot. So right away, two major arcanas here. And two major arcanas that in the Lovers we're talking about a decision. Okay, there's always a decision involved with the Lover's card, a decision inspired by our higher self, by the part of us that is connected with the divine and that passes through our intuition, our inner voice, the feminine here, and then our masculine being guided. That's why he's looking at her, being guided by our inner voice, our connection with cosmic intelligence, God, name it like you want, is going to, here we have the mountain in the back, which always represents elevation, growth, ascension, and so on. So it is in this principle. And then we have the Chariot with it, which is, again, we have this connection with our soul, our divine spark within ourselves here, and it's represented with the 8-pointed star on his forehead, because this is his soul's goal, his aspiration, what guides the Chariot. That's why he doesn't have reins to control these two sphinx. It is not a mental, ego-driven, I am controlling my life. It is more, I am aligned with my aspiration and my mind is completely balanced. Here you have the two wings with here, what you see there is a representation of a toupee that you turn, and in movement it is aligned. When everything is balanced, it stays in movement, it spins, a spinner. So it's in this principle. His armor has the moons, so that means that he has mastered the moons. He is protected against maybe his unconscious that would come and sabotage, make, maybe the black sphinx go in one direction and the white one in another direction, where his anime, his light, his shadow, his feminine, his masculine, so on, yin, yang, are not in harmony, it's chaos. So here we have a decision according to this two major arcanas right here in the beginning of your month. And then we have 5 of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. A huge clarity, and not just a clarity, but you're going to speak your mind, Virgo, about something that is a bit in the 5 of Swords, see, it's Venus in Aquarius. But it's the distortion of Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius would arrive, this beautiful planet of unconditional love and abundance, arriving in the, let's say, the higher hand of Aquarius that has all of this social understanding that we are one, connected with the soul, connected with soul's purpose, soul clan, social connection, and so on. There would be this great exaltation, like this great energy within everything. But when it's distorted in the 5s, then there's the center of the ego that passes before social consciousness. So it's I want to win. And so I don't care if others leave like this. I'm using my mental wit to win an argument, prove that I'm right at the detriment of somebody else. So you're going to be very conscious of this. That kind of, haha, I was right, or there you go. Whether you do it to yourself, you know, because we can do that to ourselves also. You know, we can have a little voice in there that cuts our own legs. But whether you see it you yourself doing to yourself, you see it outside of you, you can even be witness of this with people that are not directly linked into your personal experience, but you recognize it. With the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords, it's like, oh my God, I understand that dynamic. That dynamic is going to become extremely clear for you this month, Virgo. And then we have the Moon, the Hangman, Empress and Emperor together. So if you look at those two, they are right here, like Adam and Eve, but that have matured here in the material world. So your divine feminine, your divine masculine, your, you know, left brain, right brain here. With the Moon and the Hangman, this is going to be an illumination, because you're going to understand something from a completely different standpoint that was hidden. That was hidden either in your own psyche, maybe in your own shadow, okay? Subconscious, unconscious. But the understanding, the clarity that you're going to see from that is actually going to bring one heck of understanding here, which will allow you to rebalance your masculine and your feminine within yourself. Synchronize the two. Make them work together. Under our Chariot and the Lovers, I have another major arcana, this time the Wheel of Fortune. So again, in this, because of this alignment that you have here, and since you're coming in the month like with this, this seems to be, maybe some of you got one heck of a download on the 22 of February here, but here there's this understanding, this clarity that once embodied will actually turn the Wheel of Fortune for you. So that means will turn the conditions of your life, the reality from which you are perceiving and interacting. That doesn't mean you change planet. You're still here, but you're just on a different vibration. Wheel of Fortune. And under that, I have the Page of Cup. So it has to do with your vibration. It has to do with the waters inside of us. So here, this extra water, this maybe you opened yourself to receive more, or you found something, because the page can be many things. He's the first character that grabs an Ace of Cup. So maybe last month you grabbed an Ace of Cup and it kind of domino effect brought you to this point at this time. Under our Ace of Sword that really sees, oh, now I understand the Five of Sword. Here I have the Four of Pentacles and the King of Wands. The King of Wands represents your masculine side, willpower. The part of you that goes for what they want, that can take risks, that, you know, the entrepreneurial side of us, but that owns his desires in a mature way and brings it on. With the Four of Pentacles with it, it's more of a restrictive energy, keeping things safe. It's putting a shackle on your King of Wands here. So that Four of Pentacles is like, oh, I'm careful. I'm keeping my energy. I'm not out there with my willpower or whatever, or I'm protecting myself from other people's willpower. Because we have to understand this is like what is under that Five of Swords. And then what is under that, we have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups. So really understanding these two fours here. When, oh my God, the difference between I am fulfilled emotionally. I am going for what I love. I am not letting myself be sabotaged or undermined or anything like that. This is my truth. This is what I know and I want, and I'm going for it. Or I'm protecting myself. I'm feeling safe, and I don't really think that, if I haven't experienced it until now, I don't think it exists. Locking yourself emotionally and physically in a box. So there's kind of this switch here. Maybe you're going to notice how you do that to yourself, that 5 of Swords. And then under our, Emperor, Empress, the Moon, and the Hangman, I have the King of Cups. That little cup here that appeared is getting mastered. King of Cups. This is emotional intelligence, empathy, being grounded emotionally. That's what I would call it. Being grounded emotionally. When you know who you are and where you vibrate, and your self-love is strong, your connection with your Queen of Cups, your intuition, your direct link to be able to receive the vibrations and read the vibrations of the divine within yourself or your higher self here, you're in the King of Cups. No matter what happens, you're grounded. And here, King of Sword, 7 of Cups, clearing the cloud of projection, the cloud of here based on what I've experienced and what I'm reducing my physical experience here also, what I've experienced emotionally and so on. That's what I'm projecting in front of me, my fantasies and my nightmares at the same time with the emotional charge to it. And that's how I used to sabotage myself. That's how my ego would maybe prove me right and that I should remain in that box for my safety. You're uncovering a lie, okay? Let's clarify this for you. Page of Cup, King of Cup, bottom of the deck, Knight of Cup. We are in Pisces seasons, so and Neptune is in Pisces right now. So I'm not surprised that these aspects of what is happening in the invisible, in the subconscious, and all of that is coming to the surface here. The Moon and the Hangman. You're understanding something in the invisible in your own psyche. All right, and you're gonna master at the end of this month. And of course, when I say at the end of this month, the process is now, but of course it can be different lengths for all of you. We're not like puppets following the influences right now. These are just the winds for a sailor. Okay, I'm telling you, it's gonna wind west, east, and you are master of your boat. If you want to put the sail and use that wind, or put it down and force your motor in another direction, free will. All right, let's clarify that for you, my beautiful Virgos. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Virgos for the month of March 2021. Okay, let's clarify the chariot. Ooh, and the lovers. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Opened with the Emperor. Emperor. Queen of Sword. Page of Sword. All right. It's all about a certain perception and understanding that you started to understand and perceive the principle of the Knight of Cups, either because you actually received Page of Cup, Knight of Cups. Sometimes Page of Cup can be a compliment, you know, but your capacity to absorb water or even to bring your own, this is what it's all about. Here, Page of Sword, a new understanding. Queen of Sword, I'm starting to perceive things differently. And of course, if I perceive this from this stand, I'm gonna analyze, take it in a completely different way than if I receive it from an Empress standpoint. So it's like if you're going to be conscious of how you deal with water. Okay, let's look at that, how you deal with water, because we do have the Emperor, either when it comes to the Divine Masculine or yourself, how you deal with water. Okay, let's look at, because it goes from a compliment to a love declaration here. Doesn't have to be a romantic, okay? The waters are not just for romantic love. It is for much more than that. Our capacity to receive pleasure, our intuition, our creativity, just bringing our heart, following our vibration, what we love, and all of that. It's all part of the water experience or element. So let's look at the Five of Sword, Knight of Sword, Ace of Sword. So this brings another clarity. Six of Sword, Eight of Pentacle. The Six of Sword being there with the 5 and the 1, I'm not surprised. 5 plus 1 equals 6. All right. That clarity that you got was that you really had to let go. This is, or you will see that. I have to let go. I have to let go in the name of maybe harmony, in the name of happiness, even if I have the arguments to crash the other or crash myself, preventing me from being able to just go for what I'm happy, I have to turn the page. The Six of Swords is about turning the page. It's about using my willpower, bringing my inner feminine and my inner child with the wisdom here. The sixes are connected, the wisdom of the heart. When the mind and the heart agree, then I turn the page to take myself to the other shore, leaving the choppy waters and going to the other shore. And since we have the Eight of Pentacles, this can of course relate to work and things like that, but it's mostly how you invest yourself. What am I engaged to? What am I producing? If we're talking about the subtle here, what does my thought pattern, my expression, my truth actually creates here? And you are going to notice a Five of Swords, either because you give it power or, it's happening to you or whatever, like I was saying. Let's look at the Empress, Emperor, Hangman, and the Moon. I want to tell me, Spirit, talk about the Moon and the Hangman. Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Here's our Four of Pentacles here. What was hidden is that because the Four of Pentacles is like false security, because we're holding and not letting anything in, or being confronted with that. No protection. And the Two of Pentacles is that this was actually making you juggle. So in a sense of, yes, maybe I want a Page of Cup and a Knight of Cup and follow all of this, but out of a belief of safetyness, no, I'm not getting it. There's something, you're gonna see yourself juggle between your feminine, your masculine, maybe, you know, your rational and your intuition, your willpower and your emotions, maybe. But here, you're gonna see exactly how you're juggling, okay? And probably between, yes, I understand, okay, thank you, between the feminine and the masculine here. Okay, let's look at that Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Cup, Page of Cup. It is that little cup that you've grabbed, okay, or that you're gonna grab in the beginning of the month here. And here, Queen of Cups. It's all about, am I allowing this cup within myself or not? So it's really your relationship with water here. And once you understand how you deal with it, how this little Page of Cup is actually affecting you, which part of you are completely uncomfortable with it or don't even believe in it, are going to come to the surface, and you're going to look at that. And, oh my God, I understand something about my psyche right now. Let's look at that Page of Cup. And like I was saying, Two of Cups here. Like I was saying, we're in Pisces month, so this is normal that there's an emphasis on the waters here. And here I have Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands, Three of Wands. Here's the King of Wands also. It's like an opportunity that would bring you a lot. Here, that Nine of Pentacles, that's you. From a very strong point, maybe even a bit self-sufficient here. It's about allowing more water into your life, whether you're single or not. That has nothing to do with it. About a connection, about what is mirrored outside of me. It's like if something makes you nervous, uncomfortable, but then you understand why, and that frees you from projecting, being uncomfortable with that new water. Ooh, okay, thank you. Emperor and the Magician here when I'm looking at this. And yeah, the Five of Wands with, so yes, do I want it? Do I not want it? Am I manifesting this? Am I in power of this? Well, I have to turn the page on all the crap in the past in order to be able to absorb, take, live that extra cup that is coming towards me. Whether it is through self-love, because that's the first place it comes. We can only receive as much love as we are willing to allow within ourselves. Okay? So there's this aspect here. So your masculine is all conflicted of keeping safe or opening up to it, even if there's a part of you that knows it would make you happy, opening up to it. If you need like another example of that would not be romantic, if you get an offer, let's say you're painting and you get an offer for a connection of a contract, collaboration, or something to bring what you love, whether it would be painting, knitting, whatever, what you love, bringing it forward, and then all of your insecurities come up, and you project like crazy. Oh my God, this could be an opportunity of a lifetime. Or no, they're gonna tell me I'm not good enough and put all the arguments for it, and I'm gonna be completely disempowered there, undermined. So I'm restrained and better stay safe in what I know and not go and bring in my passion or what I love. That would be this kind of thing. A cup is something like that. But at the end of the month, you're like, nah, I know who I am. I'm going to own my creativity, or I'm going to own my intuition. I knew that intuitively. I used to discard my intuition, and now I'm going to follow it. Do you see what I mean? Empress, Knight of Wands. The feminine is like, yes, this is it. Go for it. Don't think of the future. Don't think of the past. This is aligned with the Venus right now. And this month, especially this month, but we have Venus and Mars traveling together for a while. So your Mars is conflicted, is not so sure, he won't be in control as much as he wants or whatever. But your Venus is like, yes, follow it. So they need to agree. That's why there will be this balance. King of Cups. But then your masculine of Cup will release his old baggage, 10 of Wands, and maybe take the Pentacle. So I'm going to put that here. All right. And here are King of Swords. Emotionally, you're going to release, you're going to end a cycle of fire through your water. Okay, so that time and responsibilities and where am I going with this? The Pope. Perfect. Your discernment is going to clear the cloud and actually allow you to take that new path in front of you. Make you realize that, okay, I can keep on doing things like I used to do them, been there, done that, or I get out of my comfort zone, because of course accepting that cup and going for it and all of that is going to be outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to have to do things differently because I am not keeping that Five of Swords within myself that kept me being safe and locked in a repetitive 3 cups on the floor here. Wheel of Fortune. So I would call this, how do you call that? Aligning Mars and Venus, because that's what you're gonna do. I was gonna call you Venus. Virgo, that is what you're going to do. All right, on this, I'm sending you all my love and light. We are living in crazy times. Of course, every time is a crazy time, but with everything that is happening in the world right now, my heart goes to the true victims that are, paying for the interest of the Kaisers of this world. And it is even more important for each one of us to keep our light and our alignment into what we want to create in this world. And also, yes, of course, thank you for all of you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. Keep the light, and may the spring revive what is beautiful in this world. If you want a private reading, the description is below. There's an email. You write to me, I write to you back. If you see a phone number in the comments, it is not me. Even if it's written Mystic Witch Tarot, there's been a surge of con artists out there. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. Love and light. And I'll see you next month. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do a ceremony, of course, on the new moon, in the new moon of Pisces in the 2nd of March. So yes, Mwah. Love and light. Bye-bye.